gonna be kind of in the sunshine. We're gonna try to scooch my fanny a little bit. All right, so I'm chilling out here at the park at Mingus Park and having a good time. It's a little sunny out, so I'm trying to angle this properly. I'll probably have to put it right towards the edge. And bingo, I think that kind of works. So yeah, so we're talking about our boy Tim Walz, your guys' boy, not mine. Yeah, so we're talking about Tim Walz. I'm chilling out down here at the park. Oop. Did that get in the, hold on, did I actually get in the, no, it didn't seem to. Okay, cool. But yeah, we're just chilling down at the park and, getting my groove on and, drinking, well, I'll just say I'm drinking a soda. How does that sound? I do want to put out a poll. Let me see if I can put out a poll real quick or something. Actually, how do I add? So I'm still trying to figure out a couple things, you guys. So I'm a little bit dumb with this from time to time, but I'm trying to see if I can add like a gift goal. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it lets me do a gift goal, sometimes it doesn't though. What about share? No gift goal. I'm actually surprised it doesn't give me that ability. Let's see, lighting, retouch, create, highlight. What up, ET? How you doing, bro? My brony bro. What up, dude? Don't forget to give us a gift. Also, if you guys can, tap the like button. The more likes we get on the stream, the better. So just make sure you guys tap the like button, whoever's here. And yeah, it's only ET for the moment, but I'm pretty sure more people will show up. We're here at Mingus Park. We're live, chilling out in my True Classic tees, obviously. Having a good time though. You're lurking? Hey, make sure you tap the like button though, you guys. We need more likes on this damn stream. But yeah, so I'm chilling out here in at Mingus Park. It's a pretty good park, man. There's one thing I do love about Mingus, and it is, first off, rest in peace, my little cow duck friend. I can't believe he's gone. He was a sweet little duck, and honestly, I guess he was just too gentle for this world. And I really do love the cow duck, though. But overall, very excited to be out here. I love chilling out at the park. It's very beautiful out here. The sun is hitting my arms. It's warming me up, and minimal wind where I'm at. I mean, I'm kind of surrounded by trees and bushes, so the wind isn't really getting me. I mean, when I was walking down at the park, the wind was kind of hitting me a little bit, but up here, man, the wind isn't hitting me at all. So I'm feeling very, very fortunate about that. I'm trying to get out of the direct sunlight, so I'm kind of sitting here on the bench, trying not to crane my neck too much. But yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool out here. I'm having a good time, just chilling out on the bench and just kind of drinking. I'll just say I'm drinking soda. But yeah, no, having a blast, man. Having a blast. I gotta admit though, this beer kind of tastes like refined metals. It's not a beer. Just kidding. It's a soda though. So what I'm doing is I'm drinking a soda. I have these like cans with no labels on them, which is kind of sick. I like that. But yeah, no, it's fun to hang out. I love hanging out down in the park. I like to be able to do my show in just about any environment. But here's the one thing I am going to say about the current, I guess you could say the current political climate, is that obviously people are freaking out. People are doing what they do. The people who want to get angry are going to get angry. The people who want to judge everything from the calmest frame that they can. I don't always judge everything in the calmest frame, but I do make my own determinations, my own judgments, and all that sort of stuff. So I get a little judgy sometimes when it comes to a lot of this stuff. But make sure you guys tap the like button though if you guys can. We're trying to see how many likes we can get. We're trying to get to 100 likes on this stream within an hour. So we're already 5 minutes into the stream and we already got 2 likes. But if we can we're trying to get to 100 likes. Actually, we're trying to get to 100 likes in under 30 minutes. We're trying to see if we could break that record. So We're always trying to break the likes record. So yeah, if you guys could tap the like button, it really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So don't forget to tap the like, man. Tap that like. Yeah, the thing is, BPT Bob, I don't watch any of the mainstream news because I think that the mainstream media is poison to the mind, and I don't think it's good for anybody. I think mainstream media is trying to keep you dumb and afraid, whereas I don't want to be dumb and afraid. But don't forget to tap that like button, you guys. Tap the like button. Oh, tap it. But yeah, no, I do think that the mainstream media is meant to keep people dumb and afraid more than anything. I think that the whole goal of the mainstream media's pure existence is to keep you stupid and afraid. I really believe that. And not everybody agrees with me or believes me on that one, but that's just the truth. And that's why I don't watch any of the mainstream media. I'm not really a news junkie. Do I react to things on YouTube? Absolutely, but I don't really like to get into the news. I do have to find what is controversial and give my opinion on it, obviously, because that's unfortunately where the algorithm goes, because that's what people are looking for. And sadly, human beings are more predetermined to try to look for something negative than something positive, unfortunately. But if you guys can, don't forget to tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes. I repeat, we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. So tapping the like button will help out quite a bit. We're trying to see what we can accomplish here. But yeah, with everything that's happening politically wise, here's the thing. I don't think Trump is dividing America. I think we're dividing ourselves. Seriously. By the way, I even thought that I don't think Joe Biden divides America. I don't think Trump divides America. I don't even think Kamala Harris or Tim Walz divides America. I think we all make the conscientious decision to divide ourselves from everybody else. And if we start blaming politicians for the division in America, we'll never be united, because politicians are always going to use divisiveness to their advantage. The best thing you could do is ignore the politicians and just realize that you believe what you believe, other people believe what they believe, and you can comment on it, you can make fun of it, but at the end of the day, people are still going to believe what they believe. Like, I'm not going to turn a psychopathic Karen into a caring person. They're not Karen, they are Karen. They're Karens, not Karen. They don't care about shit. But that's just my belief. Yeah. Look, the thing is, I think the mainstream media is poison to the mind. Are we seeing a degradation in society that's happening at a rapid scale? Yes. And I sadly, I don't want to agree with Peter Schiff on this, but I think Peter Schiff is right. That, honestly, the more that we debase our own currency, because, we're always going to debase our currency by default if it's not backed by anything. Because you can't trade the dollar in for gold with the government. A dollar is like legitimately a wasted piece of paper. It is a valueless piece of paper. So the one thing is, with cash, your goal should always be to save assets and collect assets. That should be the key. And sadly, nobody's doing that. Nobody's collecting assets. But we're trying to get to 100 likes on this stream. So don't forget to press the like button, so that way we can get to the 100 likes within 30 minutes. So we're really trying our best to get to that metric. So like I said, we're trying to get to 100 likes in 30 minutes. So don't forget to tap the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, with everything going on in the world, America's not in a perfect spot, but we're not in the worst spot in the world either. And, I don't, and it's sad because, the only thing that really divides us as a people is ourselves. You can't blame, it sucks when people blame politicians for dividing America. In all reality, it's ourselves that divide ourselves. It's ourselves that choose to act like Karens. It's ourselves that there's got to be some form of personal accountability with every single individual. And if that accountability doesn't exist, then we're always going to be divided. Politicians don't make us a divided country. We as the people make ourselves divided by being overly angry about things that don't truly concern us at the end of the day. But yeah, that's my opinion. For sure. The temperature up here is pretty good. I actually don't know what the current temperature here is in Coos Bay. I didn't look at the weather today. I didn't look at the weather charts. I just kind of saw it was sunny, and I was like, well, I want to go out and hang out. And it's pretty much blue skies down here in Coos Bay, Oregon, though. I'm just chilling out at Mingus, and I like it. Yeah, I just didn't want to be inside. I was like, it's too nice of a day to be inside, so I was like, I'm gonna take my phone out and go and hang out at the park and kind of forget about everything. Yeah. Yeah, I got my True Classic tees on, by the way. I got my True Classic t-shirt on, and I'm loving every minute of it, man. You guys know me. I'm a shill for True Classic, and I'm always gonna shill products no matter what. Like, it's just in my nature to be a product shill, and that's just all there is to it, bro. I'm a True Classic tee believer, dude. I believe in the True Classic tee. You heard it here. But yeah, you guys, make sure you tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. Technically, we only got like 25 minutes left to get 100 likes, but we're currently sitting pretty at 6 likes. But yeah, if you tap the like button, it pushes it out on the algorithm, so it allows me to annoy more people that I've never even met before. So the whole goal is to really just annoy as many people as I can, and that's the goal. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of relish in being annoying. I'm gonna also just kind of hold this as if it's a selfie stick. Oh, there we go. There we go. That'll probably be a little bit better. Oh, maybe. But yeah, no, overall, I think it feels great outside. I love it out here, and Mingus Park is great, man. But don't forget to tap the like button. Like I said, the reason I'm trying to harp on people trying to tap the like button, I want you guys to tap it. Because the more likes we get, the more this gets pushed out on the stream. So by tapping the like button, you do allow this channel to grow at a rapid rate, which is crazy. So we're trying to get to 100 likes within 30 minutes. So if you guys could tap the like button, we'll get to that 100 like mark in just a few moments. But that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, we're trying our best here. Thank you for tapping the like button, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, but we're just doing the best we can on this channel. We're seeing what we could pull off, and I really do enjoy doing live streams like this, especially out in nature. And Yeah, always gonna have a good time doing these sorts of streams. Thank you for the thank you for the compliment, Brunjo. I appreciate it, my brony brother. But yeah, it is a really nice day out here. I'm loving it. As always, I love sunny days. It's interesting. I can't. I'm having trouble creating a poll in the stream itself. It's really weird because I used to be able to create polls on here. Now it doesn't really seem to let you do that. It doesn't let you seem to create polls. Stickers, effects, flip. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't even put a poll up on this anymore. YouTube is having issues. Yeah, because it's not letting me. It's not letting me put anything up. That's weird. But yeah, make sure you guys tap the like button. Though we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. Actually, 15 minutes. So we're trying to get to the 100 like marker in 30 minutes. I think we could do it. I really do think we can get to the 100 like marker in 30 minutes. But anybody who hasn't liked the stream yet, please tap the like button. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one, and we're pretty desperate for growth. So any likes we can get will help a lot. Oh, okay. The polls in the Q&A, they're stickers. I see now. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. You should give a like because we talk about investing primarily, but we also like to talk about politics and stuff on this channel. We've been lately talking about politics, but I want to get back to doing more talks about investing and stuff like that, like stock market, bond market, that sort of thing. Yeah, my goal is to get back on track with that sort of stuff because I really do enjoy talking about market movements and stuff like that in long-term investing. So one of the reasons you guys should like this show is because we do talk about intelligent stuff, surprisingly. Things that can really help you out in real life, like long-term investment concepts. We also do react to things that are happening in the world of politics, even though I'm not a... By the way, the great irony is I hate the world of politics, but the only reason I do it is the only reason I react to political videos a lot of the time is just because it's the only way to get more eyeballs on the channel and more subscribers. It's a bit of a sellout maneuver for sure, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get more subscribers and more likes. So, but yeah, right now we're talking about Tim Walz. I think Tim Walz has done a horrible job. Please like I'm trying to see how many. I'm trying to see if we could break the record for likes in the stream. So like the stream is what I'm going to put, and then I'm going to put like. Now I'm going to put thumbs up. Thumbs up. There we go. Like the stream. There we go. There we go. And like the stream if you guys can, because you know, we're definitely trying to see what we could do to well, I guess what's the term? I guess we're trying to really expand the show in as many ways as we can. There we go. I think I'll probably put it right here. There we go. So yeah, if you guys can, you know, liking the stream does help quite a bit. And we're trying to see what we can See what we can do. But yeah, overall, so one of the main things I want to talk about, one thing I like to talk about on this show, is investing. I think that, for example, I think what's happening in Minnesota. Minnesota is a terrible investment, man. I would not want to buy real estate in Minnesota. In fact, if anything, if I was a real estate investment trust, for example, I would not buy any real estate. I wouldn't buy real estate in California, or I wouldn't buy in Oregon. I wouldn't buy California, Washington, or Minnesota. Not even New York. I think New York, I think it's going to be hell in New York to be a real estate guy. Like if you're into real estate, like if you buy real estate on a massive scale, and you're like a real estate investment trust or a big wig in the world of real estate, you're going to have a very, very tough time in the world of real estate. Because especially in New York, any of the blue cities, New York, Minnesota, Oregon, California, Washington, those are the cities that I think you'll have the hardest time succeeding in as a real estate owner. Like if you're constantly buying real estate and then leasing out the real estate, then that could be a bit of a problem for sure. Sports has destroyed the price of education, Odin. That's pretty spot on, brother. And by the way, I love sports, but I do think college athletics has gotten a little too crazy. But yeah, no, so Martin Welk is saying buy real estate in Switzerland. Interesting. So why would I want to buy? I'm just curious. Why would I buy real estate in Switzerland? Not saying it's necessarily a bad idea, but doesn't Switzerland kind of have like a high cost of living? And see, that's the problem when you live in blue states like I do. I mean, Oregon, I'm not going to lie, Coos Bay, Oregon has a pretty low cost of living. But the problem is blue states run their state into the ground by overtaxing everybody. And I think overtaxation is, in my opinion, a little bit demonic. But whatever. I really... You can't tax away a problem. By the way, if you guys can, we're trying to reach 100 likes. So don't forget to press the like button. It really does help the channel grow. Yeah, so I don't know. So who is the real joke is asking, are you the real Garza or the fake one? I've been asking that question. When I look at the man in the mirror, I ask myself, am I the real Garza or am I the fake Garza? Who can really determine who the real Garza actually is? That's the question. Am I the real one or am I the fake one? Am I real or fake? I don't know. I'm starting to question my existence. Yeah, it's kind of funny though. Odin says everyone's equal unless it's sports or singing and everybody loves the same. Yeah. So here's the thing. There are some industries that just require talent. There are some people, like I'm sure with vocal training, they can become pretty good singers, but there are some people who just have vocal cords that make them sound like magic. You know, some people are just really naturally born singers. I have to admit, I'm kind of a natural born singer. Like, I never took any vocal lessons, but I understood how I had to sing to sound good. And I listened to a lot of singers too. But yeah, I think that listening to people sing is always a good thing. What I'm trying to get at is, yeah, there are some industries that you do need talent for sure, but also when hard work and talent are combined, that's when you can succeed. For example, I'm actually pretty talented at swing trading, and I'm pretty talented at figuring out what companies are good companies in the stock market. But if I didn't work hard while applying my natural talent and also educate myself a little further, I wouldn't be as good as I am today. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. A fool, oh yeah, how does it go? Okay. A fool learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. This is one of the reasons I like to read a lot of books, especially books that are filled with information on people's experiences. So that way I can know what to do and what not to do. I think it's just as important learning what not to do than it is learning what to do. And just the same way, I also believe it's not what you learn in this life. It's a lot of the time what you have to unlearn. See, what you have to unlearn matters just as much what you have to learn. There are stupid habits that we develop in life that are so shitty that if we don't unlearn them, it'll be the detriment of us. For instance, people who have a gambling habit, the reason their life sucks is because they have a gambling habit. So if they can unlearn gambling and learn a better way of existing, unlearning is half the battle. But replacing a bad habit with a good habit is another part of the battle. So you can't just unlearn something and then not replace it. So for example, instead of gambling, I invest for the long term, right? So instead of gambling, I do the exact opposite of gambling, and that is long-term investing and having a diversified portfolio. And then boom, problem solved. I replaced a bad habit with a good habit. It's not about, I don't believe there's any way to cure an addictive personality. Either you have an addictive personality to a massive scale or you kind of don't. I believe addiction's actually a good thing. Addiction's actually been my greatest friend. And now, sadly, addiction has become a dirty word, but addiction's not a bad word. Addiction's not bad. The thing is, I'm addicted to doing YouTube videos. I'm addicted to drinking water. I'm a little bit addicted to energy drinks. I only stick to one a day. But yeah, it's really, being addicted to things is not bad. It's what you're addicted to that is bad. So if you're addicted to drugs, then that's a bad addiction. If you're addicted to long-term diversified investing, that's a good addiction. Do you see what I'm saying? Addiction itself is not the problem. It's what you're addicted to that is the problem, right? Does that make sense? I mean, come on, man. It's as simple as that. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel as well. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. But yeah, so I think, and I'm pretty excited. I think what we've been able to accomplish on this channel is amazing. I really do. I really think what we've accomplished on this channel is nothing short of amazing, because it took a while to get to where we're at, to get to the 7,000 subscribers that we wanted. Like, not too long, but man, with how quickly we got to 7,000, we're currently at like 7,065 or something like that. And I just love how quickly this channel's grown over time, man. But yeah, no, I think so. One of my one of my thoughts on the whole Tim Walz, if you guys want to know my opinion on the Tim Walz, Nick Shirley situation. Now, Nick Shirley revealed legitimate fraud, and it was committed by one specific community, mainly committed by one specific community of people. And it's pretty obvious which community that is. You don't have to necessarily have every piece of data to put two and two together. There are patterns that you should be able to recognize as a human being and understand what's happening. So what Nick Shirley did is honestly one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. He revealed a level of fraud and rot that was happening in the Minnesota government, and I am so proud of this kid. I think he's an incredible human being, and good for Nick Shirley, man, for doing the right thing and exposing real fraud. And to those of you who don't understand why Nick Shirley's the GOAT, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. He is the greatest, though. For what he was able to accomplish just by him showing all the rot in Minnesota and all the crap. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm very excited. I love what Nick Shirley did to reveal all the fraud that was happening in Minnesota. And it needed to happen, man. It really needed to happen. I think a lot of Minnesotans, as they call them, the Minnesotans were just pissed. Everybody in Minnesota was just like, why are we paying for this? Why? Like, it pisses me off just thinking about it. Like, if I'm pretty sure, and by the way, Nick brought up something very, very interesting during his when he was testifying. When he was testifying to one of the Congress or whatever, he was talking about the fact that sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, you guys. It's been a day. God, man, my brain is so... This is what happens when I get in the sun, dude. I get so relaxed and my brain turns to mush. So what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is this. What Nick Shirley did was very brave because he went into a community that's known for being pretty violent, and he exposed fraud in a very violent community that's been doing it. Now, I'm not saying everybody in that specific community was committing fraud, but I'm telling you, it's pretty prevalent in that specific community that sort of fraud tends to happen. So thank you, Nick Shirley, for doing the right thing and exposing Minnesota for the fraudulent state that it is. And we all know, I think we all know in our hearts of hearts that the same fraud that's happening in Minnesota is likely happening in Oregon, California, and Washington, any of the blue states, really, any, like, even like Ohio, like Ohio, it's happening in Ohio. Nick Shirley's going to be investigating Ohio here pretty soon, which is dope. I don't think he's revealing when. Nick is being very smart about this. Nick is not revealing when he's going to do this. He's just going to do it. And it's a good thing that he's going to go at an undisclosed time so nobody can predict when he's going to go down there and record and try to uncover the rot that's happening in Ohio. Unless he's telling everybody that he's going to Ohio, so then they're all going to try to see if he's in Ohio. He could be doing a bit of a bait and switch, which is smart. That's what I would do if I was Nick Shirley. I would tell everybody that I'm going to Ohio to uncover fraud, and then I'd probably just go to California or Oregon to uncover the fraud here. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, let's put two and two together. Let's be logical creatures for a second, and let's just point out the fact that the same fraud that's happening in Minnesota is probably 2 to 3 to 4 times worse down here in Oregon, or down here in Cali, or down in Cali, right? Like Oregon, like Minnesota doesn't necessarily have a very big population, but the only people who are stupid enough to live in Minnesota are the extremely woke people down in Minnesota. It's the extremely woke, like mentally ill people that live in Minnesota. The woke mentally ill people live in California and Oregon. And also there's quite a bit of woke people in Washington too. But it's mainly, all of these woke people seem to concentrate to the bigger cities. Like in Oregon, it's Eugene and Portland where there's a ton of woke people. In California, it tends to be like, I think a lot of them tend to be in like maybe San Francisco and Los Angeles, for example. what are the other ones? Oh, Seattle. No, Seattle is absolutely one of the most woke people, man. Yeah, so here's the problem. Here's the problem with government that I don't like. Government is there's a lot of bribery that happens in government. There's a lot of shady dealings that occur in the world of government. Also, you guys, make sure that you guys tap the like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes. So don't forget to tap the like button. And if you can, tap the subscribe button too. It really does help the channel grow. But let's keep going. So one of the things for me, woke is a joke. Absolutely. The wokies are the jokies. You know, I think the problem is, I mean, there's a lot of woke people in California. There's a lot of woke people in Oregon. And it really is kind of a mind virus to some degree. And by the way, just because I don't like woke people doesn't mean I'm like all on board with Donald Trump. I just want to make that very clear. I think Donald Trump is great. And yeah, I voted for him in 2016, 2020, and 2024. Without a doubt. I know there are people who like literally look like they're about ready to like kill people. Like they look like they're about ready to like go psycho whenever they hear the word Trump. And that level of derangement, Trump derangement syndrome, is definitely something that needs to be studied, because I've never seen one man make liberals act as crazy as they act. I seriously, like when you mention Trump to a hardcore liberal, like their brain literally breaks. And I don't understand it. Like I try to understand it, but their brain literally breaks. Yeah, I don't know if term limits is going to fix anything. As much as I would like to believe term limits could help to some degree, I really don't think that they're the end all be all, and I don't think they could fix everything. But yeah, you guys, make sure you tap the like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes by the end of the stream. So if you guys tap the like button, it'll help us get to that 100 like threshold by the end of the stream. So anything you guys could do to help will really help out. The Zinc Roofer is asking, how often do you watch Fox News? I never watch Fox News. Like, I legitimately do not watch Fox News. I do not watch any of the mainstream media. I think that the mainstream media is completely poison to the mind. I don't watch any of it. I do not watch Newsmax, MSNBC, CNN. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch, if it's mainstream media, I don't watch it because I know they're trying to sell me something. Like, when I say sell me something I don't need. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep people fearful. And that's the problem with mainstream media, is it's just meant to keep you fearful and buying Viagra. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make to everybody. Because if, like, I don't watch any mainstream media. I would rather be uninformed than misinformed. I mean that, because if you're misinformed and you're getting fed lies and fear, you're always going to have a fearful mindset and just think that the world's out to get you. And for me personally, I see so many people who watch the news frequently, and I think that they're just poisoning their mind because they act hysterical a little bit. They act fearful all the time, and they're over-consuming. And one of the reasons I don't over-consume is because I don't actually consume a lot of media. I'll watch a movie every now and then. Sometimes I'll watch a TV show like Star Trek. But overall, I think the news is a killer. I think news actually kills the soul, because all they ever do is show you negative imagery that's not good for your psyche, by the way. And it basically just makes you think that if you walk out the door, something's going to get you, right? And to some degree, that's true. There's always elements of risk in life. But at the same time, there's just so many variables that go into life. And it's just like, obviously, you can't predict what's going to happen next all the time. You can have a general idea, through some projections and probabilities, but you can never really predict everything. So what I'm trying to get at, I tend to go off on tangents, so I want to apologize to everybody on here. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you want to be less fearful, if you want to be less crazy, just don't take in the news. I mean, look, if you want to look at headlines okay, go for it. Like, I think it's good to have some general idea of what's happening in the world around you to some degree. But at the same time, I think it's bad to get inundated in that. I think if you start watching the news too much, like I see it all the time with people who watch the news. I have a couple of friends who watch the news, in my opinion, a little too much, and they just seem fearful and they just seem scared about life. And I just think that the best solution to life is really just to, like, for instance, right now I'm outside. Obviously, I look like a total psychopath, but like, because I'm talking to a fucking camera. But at the same time, I don't give a shit, because I'd rather look like a psychopath and be successful than actually be a normal person and be fearful. And I think normal people watch the news. I don't want to be normal. I'd rather be an abnormal psychopath freak than be a normal person who's broke as shit. So my goal is to be rich and hated, where everybody wants to be liked and kissed ass. I don't want to kiss ass. I don't want to be fearful. And yeah, I guess I'm a little afraid from time to time. Everybody's got fears. We're stupid if we don't admit we have fears. But at the same time, I think the best thing that people could do is stop watching the mainstream media. I really do. Because when was the last time you watched the mainstream media and said to yourself, wow, I'm really, like for instance, let's say you watch like CNN or Fox News or whatever. It doesn't matter what mainstream media outlet you choose, it's all garbage, it's all poison to the brain. But like next time you're watching, like ask yourself, like, what am I actually learning here? Like, is this actually good for me? And obviously the question's going to be no, it's not good for you. I'd like to believe that it's one of those self-evident truths, but it may not be to some people. You know, people don't think that deeply about the media they consume. And for me, I just, yeah. My goal though is to make it to where nobody watches mainstream media, so mainstream media can die. My goal is to watch mainstream media burn. I'm serious. I want to, like, CNN, I believe sucks. Fox News sucks. MSNBC sucks. All these mainstream media outlets, they blow. They suck balls, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So Odin is saying, you teach our children in school, it's scientifically proven a dog cannot retain time. What? Yeah, I have zero clue what Odin is saying in the chat, but whatever, I don't give a shit. Let's see, what else are you guys saying in the chat here? But yeah, no, I have no problem doing this, man. No, I don't ban anybody. Yeah, I don't ban anybody in the chat. I believe in free speech. Even if the people in the chat are being annoying, I'm not going to ban them. Because, you know, here's the thing. I think I like to let everybody speak, because it just shows. Because if you let everybody speak, they could show their true colors and show how stupid they really are. So if you let an idiot keep speaking, they can show just how much of an idiot they actually are. See what I'm saying? At least that's kind of the goal. At least that's my goal. But yeah, I know it's no, I like this though. I like this. This is good. No, and here's the thing, man. I mean, what I'm talking about, I'd like to believe that the truth that I'm spouting, I'd like to believe it's self-evident for people, but I know that I can't have that much faith that everybody's going to see what I see. And by the way, I don't really want everybody to see what I see as far as like my analysis and stuff like that. I want people to, at the end of the day, choose for themselves. But I do want to give people, I feel like I'm a warning label. I'm a warning label, right? And the warning label I'm trying to give you is that, first off, just stay away from hard drugs, you know, stay away from things like cocaine and stuff. Stay away from that. That's terrible for you. You know, stay away from the news. I think the news is really lame anyway. and mainstream media sucks. So just avoid that. And by the way, mainstream media is dying because the ratings have been plummeting and plummeting and plummeting for mainstream media for a while, because people are done with, people don't like being lied to. I know one thing's for sure, I hate being lied to. There's nothing that pisses me off more when an entire, like, when somebody sounds sincere but they're actually just lying through their teeth. That really does piss me off. But yeah, this is the way I see it. This is the way I see the world. It's a little cray-cray sometimes, I get it. Do you think we're taking Greenland? I don't know. I mean, if we're taking Greenland, I guess that would be kind of neat. I mean, Greenland's a pretty good chunk of land with a lot of minerals, so strategically speaking, I mean, if we're looking at the world like a Monopoly board, you know, Greenland would probably be, I don't know where it would be. I mean, it's rich with minerals. So honestly, I say, hey, if America takes Greenland for whatever, legally, of course, if we're able to get Greenland through legal means, I'm not opposed to that. That sounds fucking cool. That sounds amazing. Are we actually going to take it? I don't know. I can't predict these things. I try to. Actually, it is fun to predict these things. I don't know what the legal bounds would be. I have zero clue how the legalities would work with it. But I will say, if the result does happen through legal means, that's pretty dope. I think it's amazing. So I'm all for it, man. But yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, I think what's going to happen ultimately is we're going to see a real transition in the world. I think you know, there's going to be a real battle between the haves and the have-nots, unfortunately. And the haves are always going to save their assets, and the have-nots are always going to, like, either save cash or buy stupid shit with it, or just go into stupid debt. I will say the fastest road to despair is consumer debt. Like, if you're going into debt for a TV, like, for example, I go into debt for assets all the time. Not all the time, but, like, for instance, when I got my HP Envy computer, when I purchased that, you know what I did? I'm going to give you guys a hint on what I did. I ended up using my 0% interest card. Like, I had no interest card, basically. And it was really cool. It really helped a lot. And I was able to not have to fork out all the money at once. I was still able to use that money to get a little more money through swing trading certain assets and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much how I operate. Well, I actually don't believe NATO's that important. If we're going to be honest, I really don't think NATO's that important. Everybody makes such a big deal about NATO, and nobody can really tell me why NATO is necessary. Like, tell me, I mean, like, and by the way, you guys, educate me. Why the hell is NATO necessary? Like, if you guys can give me a few good reasons why NATO makes sense, sure. I might actually agree with you guys if you guys give me some good information. To be honest, I don't know much about NATO. I'm going to plead a lot of ignorance on this. I don't. So I want you guys in the chat to convince me, why is NATO necessary? Seriously. Because I really am not an expert on certain things. NATO, yeah, I think NATO needs us more than we need NATO. But yeah, no, I think, yeah, I don't know. So one of the things for me, man, I've been, you know me, I'm a crazy investor guy. I love investing. I'm obsessed with the world of investing. It's just something I like to do, you know. Yeah, I don't really know if we need NATO. I think NATO needs America more than America needs NATO. That's my firm belief. But if you guys can give me any reasons behind that, if you guys can let me know, and by the way, if you guys can give me reasons why NATO is necessary besides calling me stupid, let me know. It's so weird that people defend NATO. Like, is it really necessary for world peace? If anything, I don't think NATO has really solved any problems. We still have wars. Russia's fighting Ukraine. Palestine is fighting Israel. So, I mean, like, NATO hasn't necessarily helped stop any wars, you know? So I would say that really NATO might just be a net negative. The zinc roofer. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, zinc roofer. I could tell that you're woke by your profile picture on YouTube. You just have that woke look, like you know better than everybody else. You kind of look at the camera like, yeah, I'm woke and I know everything. You know, that's what I think. That's what I think of you. Don't forget to tap the like button, you guys. We're trying to reach 100 likes on the stream. So if we can get to 100 likes, that would actually be super duper helpful. So don't forget to tap the like button, though. More likes we get, the better. Just keep going. Okay, well, how about this? Why don't you guys educate me? Why is NATO necessary? So everybody, let me know why NATO is necessary. Give me an example. Or how about this? Tell me why NATO is not necessary and why NATO is actually a net negative to society. Either tell me why NATO is a net negative to everything or why NATO is a net positive to everything. Let me know. Please educate me, you guys. Educate me. I have zero clue. I personally, I don't really feel that NATO's ever been necessary, and I don't even think it's very important. I'm reading the comments, you guys. I'm reading the comments. Let me, but yeah, let me know, why the hell is NATO necessary? You guys tell me that. I don't think it's necessary. So you guys, just tell me why NATO is necessary. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to pretend to know everything about NATO. Let's see. XD says NATO left Ukraine hanging for a long, long time. They could have protected them from Russia. And that's true. I think the problem with NATO is it's all talk and no walk. I really do think that NATO is all talk and no walk. And I think that NATO is unnecessary. I think, is it possible that NATO is a money L scheme? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. We recently reached, let me put this over here a little bit. So what's really cool is we recently reached 7,000 subscribers. So don't forget to press the like button too. But if you guys can, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. We're trying to get to 8,000 as quickly as possible for the subscriber count, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, don't forget to tap that like button, man. We're trying to get to 100 likes. We're trying to get to 100 likes before the stream ends. So don't forget to tap the like button. Don't forget to tap it. The Zinc Roofer says, I've been on this planet for at least 2 times longer than you. Well, then why do you know 2 times less than I do? The Zinc Roofer is saying, I've been on this planet for at least 2 times longer than you. You may have been on this planet 2 times longer than me, but you have learned 2 times less than I have. The Zinc Roofer, you don't know you don't know anything, man. You're too woke. And by the way, just because you're older does not mean you're wiser. Trust me. I've met a lot of older people who are dumb as a box of nails. I've met a lot of people who are dumber than a box of rocks that are old. Just because you're an old person does not mean you're a smart person. Trust me. I've met a lot of dumb old people, man. So don't go acting like, just because you're older than me, Zinc Roofer, don't go acting like you know everything. Because you don't. And by the way, I'm not even pretending like I do know everything. I just know that I probably know more than you. All right? But anyway, but yeah, overall, it's just like, if there's one thing I've noticed, like a couple patterns that you can kind of recognize is, I just don't think that there's really a lot of, what do you call it? No, here's the thing though. I do think that I think the Zinc Roofer is a crazy boomer liberal. And he's just a crazy boomer liberal. I really take everything he says with a grain of salt. But yeah, no. But yeah, anybody, if you guys can, please subscribe to the channel though. It really does help. Also, gifts help a lot too. So any gifts that you guys want to provide really does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. So whatever you guys could do, man. But yeah, but you know, seeing what I've seen, kind of doing what I do, it just seems pretty evident that we're living in clown world. Don't forget to tap the like button though, by the way. If you guys tap the like button, it'll get us one step closer to 100 likes. So we're trying to get to 100 likes by the end of the stream. So don't forget to tap the like button. The more taps of the like button we get, the better. I mean, like, just tap it once basically. But yeah. I'm chilling out at the park right now, Mingus Park. It's a beautiful place. Mingus Park down here in North Bend. But yeah, no, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, though. This is great. But yeah, overall, I do think that like Tim Walz is a crappy governor. I really think that Tim Walz is probably one of the worst governors of all time. What question about Greenland did you ask, bud? How can you claim to be anti-war and support Trump's aggression towards Greenland? By the way, how is Trump being aggressive to Greenland? If Donald Trump is able to buy Greenland through legal means, then I think he should. I honestly think that Trump should buy Greenland if he could do so through legal means. Absolutely. Hey, Zinc Roofer, congratulations, man. You got a master's degree. That's incredible. I love it. You may rank in the 4% of wealth, but I rank in the 10%, so... I may not be in the 4%, but I'm certainly in the 10%, that's for sure. And I have no shame in admitting I'm in the 10%. In a good way. No, I don't believe there's any nobility in poverty. I really don't. I think if people think there's a nobility in that, then they're fools. I really do. Yeah, that's just what I think overall, and it's just my overall belief system on it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I've been able to accomplish so far with this show, and I want to thank everybody who's been a part of the experience. Even being able to go to the park and just chill out, sit here, and drink a soda and talk to you guys on the phone is really cool. Yep. Tristan Allen says, money isn't everything, my guy. I would rather be broke and self-sufficient rather than be rich and underneath somebody's thumb. Exactly. Here's the thing, man. The Zinc Roofer, this guy's an interesting fella. I think he's really woke. But at the same time, it's... I think the smartest thing I could do, man, is continue to invest. Make fun of woke culture. I really do love making fun of the woke. Here's the problem. I think the world has gone a little too woke. Not everybody's woke. I think I noticed that the only people who are really woke are just the crazy people. And the crazy people just do crazy shit. The Zinc Roofer, you do realize that I've been investing for quite a while, and one of the reasons I'm in the 10% of wealth. And it's funny, I didn't have to go to college to be in the 10% of wealth. I didn't. You may be in the 4%, but I didn't have to do shit to get to the 10%. I just had to work hard, invest like a maniac, and that's it. And here I am. Wealthy as fuck. And you had to waste money on college, Zinc Roofer. And by the way, I think it's great that you're an architect. I think that's fabulous. I really think it's amazing. And you should be proud of yourself. But at the same time, just because you're an architect doesn't mean you're right about everything in life. I find that the people who have the degrees tend to believe in woke shit because they tend to suffer from white guilt more than everybody else. That's just my assumption. It's my analysis. And I think that the real epidemic that's happening in the world is people suffering from white guilt. Also, don't forget to tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes by the end of this stream, so tapping the like button helps out in more ways than one. So I really appreciate everybody tapping the like button to keep the channel rolling, to keep the channel going. But yeah, overall, if there's one pattern I notice, is that people are becoming a little too unhinged, if you ask me. I think the level of derangement that seems to be happening in the world is pretty damn evident. And yeah. Mulchman is asking, why do libs hate school choice so much? I don't know. Like, it's really weird how much liberals promote public school as a good option when in all reality, public school just makes you stupid. I'm sorry, I think public school was a waste of time. I really do. And I will tell you this, like, if I ever have kids or anything like that, I will tell my kids that it's good to go to school and do what you got to do. But at the same time, don't waste your life. Don't waste your life thinking that school is the end all be all. You know, invest early, you know, work your ass off, invest early, have a diversified portfolio, and make sure that your assets pay for your life for you to exist. Jeremy Stark is a total nutbag. It's another woke. We got another wokey. We got another woke liberal in the house. We got Jeremy Stark. Hello, Jeremy. Are you woke and crazy? I bet you are. Yeah, you guys are woke. There's a lot of woke people in the chat right now. A lot of haters that are woke. And look, I mean, look, if you thought that Joe Biden was a good president, you're woke. If you think Kamala Harris was a good candidate, you're woke. If you think that Renee Good did nothing wrong, you're woke. And that's okay. Just admit that you're woke and you're biased. That's all. Admit that you're woke and admit that you're biased. Simple as that. The zinc roofer, woke is what you are, and the zinc roofer, by the way, is woke. He's a woke man. Hey, and if you want to be woke, you could be woke. It's okay. Be as woke as you want to be. Wait, when did I say that I had a college degree? Oh, you're talking about my alma mater, the Quality Leering Center. So, technically, I got a master's degree in bullshit from the Quality Leering Center in Minnesota. They actually issued my master's degree in crayon, and it's the art of bullshit master's degree from the Quality Leering Center. I'm very proud of that certificate. It was all written in crayon, by the way. Very proud of that certificate. No, the Quality Leering Center, man, it's my old former alma mater. The Zinc Roofer says, no, dude, going to college is, by the way, college doesn't teach you abstract thinking or critical thinking. Because if you got, by the way, Zinc Roofer, if you had the ability to critically think, you wouldn't believe what you believe. I have the ability to critically think. You do not. The Zinc Roofer says, by the way, I'm married to a... Dude, I'm part Mexican. What does that have to do with anything? What the hell does that have to do with shit, dude? I'm gonna punch my own phone. No, just kidding. No, this is crazy though, man. Cray cray. But no, one thing I will say is, you know, we're living in the world of woke, and too many woke people. Yeah, I would say that woke people are definitely ruining the world for sure. Oh, without a doubt, I think woke people are not making the world a better place. And to anybody who thinks that woke people are making the world a better place, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's delusional to think that. And, you know, but people are going to believe whatever they believe, you know. The wokies. The wokey wokes. Jeremy Stark, you're fat. I think Jeremy Stark is calling me fatty, but I think he's just as fat as I am. Jeremy Stark, you're just as much of a sphere as I am, dude. Shut the hell up. Tristan Allen says he makes more than people with a college degree. Yeah, and by the way, it's sad but true. People getting out of college are rife with debt because they took out overly expensive student loans to pay for an overly expensive tuition cost. Honestly, I think that going to college is more of a net negative, unless you're going to become a doctor, lawyer, or a nurse or something along those lines. Oh, I look like... Which son? Do I look like Barron Trump? Oh, hell yeah. If I look like Barron Trump, that's actually a compliment, dude. That kid's the man. But, yeah, no, I think going to college was really... I went to a semester of community college at SWAC. And, it was okay, but it really wasn't that great. I was like, why am I doing this? Like, what's the point in this? So I decided that I was going to work. And then I eventually decided to become an investor. And then I became a very successful investor. And now I can kind of do whatever I want in this life. And I have a lot more freedom than most people do because of the choices that I made. I mean, that's the truth, man. Yeah, community college is a waste of time, though. And the reason I say that is I think most college, I think even university, I think university is really expensive. Going to university, going to even community college is a total waste of time. I think it's a waste of my breath. Don't forget to tap the like button. You guys, we're trying to get to 100 likes before we end the stream. So we're currently at 20 likes, but if you guys can tap the like button, it'll help us get to the 100 like goal line. That'll help a lot. But anyway, oh, I don't. Well, which Trump son do I resemble? Are we talking about my boy Eric Trump? Total stud, by the way. Oh, I know what it means. It's basically it's what you are and what I'm not. Hey, Zinc Roofer man, it's what you are and what I'm not. Simple as that. But no, man, I mean, one of the reasons why my wealth is maintained is because I don't save money. I invest money. I'm an investor through and through. I save my assets, not my cash. And I think if you save your assets and not your cash, like you got to save your assets, man. Saving your assets is more important than saving your cash. Save your bloody assets, man. That's all I got to say. Save them assets, bro. Save your assets, not your cash, bro. That's all I got to say. Make sure you guys tap the like button because the more likes we get, the better. We're trying to reach the 100 like threshold. So by tapping the like button, you're really helping the channel grow. But yeah, no, my problem with woke people is just how crazy they get, right? So, like, for example, if I mention Donald Trump in polite company, they suddenly become ravenous monsters and they go cray cray. Like, seriously, it's crazy how deranged people get when they hear the word, when you talk about Donald Trump in front of them. I went to a place called what the fuck is that bar called? Seven Devils. And it was like a few years ago, like a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I was hanging out with my dad and his friends. And I'm talking to my dad and I'm just saying, you know, I love Trump. I think he's the man, you know. And my dad's obviously hyper liberal and I'm not. And yeah, so I told my dad I love Trump and I think he's the man. And you know, obviously he got pissed off about it. He got pissed off about it, but there was this guy that was sitting next to me and at the bar, and he just, the guy at the bar became suddenly the most deranged maniac I'd ever seen. It was cray cray. And it's wild that one person makes people go insane. Like, that actually blows my fucking mind. I've never understood that. Like, I think the problem is, you know, I can't explain the psychology behind it. I just can't. Like, I have zero clue about that, man. But yeah, there's definitely a herd mentality that goes along with it, you know. If I were to define like the level of derangement that seems to happen in the world today, I would just say it's, I don't want to blame social media by any means. I think that I you know the old saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. Honestly, I think you should hate the player and you should hate the game too. So for example, Facebook, I think, is a place where a bunch of annoying Karens like to go to complain about shit. So not only do I hate Facebook for enabling that. I mean, by the way, I want people to have free speech and stuff like that, but I think there's just something about social media where everybody's so, I don't know. It's good that everybody's got a voice, but at the same time, so many like-minded people get together in a group and they start sniffing each other's asses, thinking that they're right all the time. Even the stupid ideas they think are good ideas, they start thinking that stupid ideas are good ideas. And this is the danger of people getting too closely knit in a group, like a massive group. We're talking about like hundreds of people, because too many like-minded individuals in the same room, even sniffing each other's asses, kissing each other's asses, afraid to disagree with each other. And this is the problem with like-minded people, is even the stupidest of stupid ideas can get thrown into the weeds, and people will suddenly believe in these ridiculous ideas. And that's the problem with groups trying to think together at the same time, is there's a level of herd mentality that actually is very harmful. And it causes people to think that they're right when they're actually wrong. And that's what I'm trying to say. But no, it's crazy how, like, it's crazy how decent people can go totally batshit crazy when they hear that man's name. It's wild. Like, for example, I may not like, I'll give you an example. I think Biden is an idiot. I think Walz is an idiot. I hear their names and I don't go crazy. I guess you could say I have a little bit of Tim Walz derangement syndrome, but whatever. But outside of it, though, I'm just like, I don't go crazy when their names are brought up. People just tend to go insane. Like, they just go into, like, pure reptile brain. Like, it's crazy. It blows my mind, man. Well, no. I was thinking, like, let's see. I'm looking at the chat real quick here. Well, no. I mean, like, Oh, we all know that Biden was we all know that Biden sucks. Yeah, Biden sucks. Tim Walz sucks. I mean, I will say that incompetent boob almost became our vice president. So, well, not almost, because people realized that Harris and Walz reeked of incompetence and were not worth voting for, which is a good thing. But yeah, starting to get a little chilly, so I'm going to put on my coat. Let's see here. Let's see. No, and the thing is, man, I think that, you know, it kind of sucks when you're poised with the lesser of two evils. It sucks to have to vote for either. So, but yeah, no, I just think that I'm pretty much just anti-Democrat at this point. I just, if somebody's running for office and they say they're a Democrat, I know they're not serious, and I know they're probably incompetent. So I just don't vote for them. And that's the thing. I don't like incompetent people having power. Like, I don't mind. By the way, I don't mind that incompetent people exist. Obviously, that's fine. I don't mind if they exist. But when incompetent people are in power, that becomes a problem. That becomes a major problem in a lot of ways. Underwater. Whoa. Okay, this is kind of dope, you guys. I'm messing with some of the whoa. Cool. Just give me extra eyes. Hell yeah. I've opened up my fourth eye. Skeleton. Let's see. Well, I don't know what this is anymore, but figuring it out, man. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hey, man, I can't. I'm thinking more clearly than I ever have. This is the most clear I've ever been. But yeah, no, overall, if you guys can, though, don't forget, make sure that you tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. If we can get to 100 likes in the next 10 minutes, like if we can get to 100 likes in 10 minutes, that would be amazing. I may just sing in the park. I'll probably end up singing in the park. If you guys can get me to 100 likes in the next like 10 minutes, I'll sing a song in the park right now. I mean, I'm in the park right now, and I'll sing a song to you guys. I'll do it. Thank you for the like, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, my goal is to speak out against the world of woke, to let people know that, yeah, I do use the term woke because that describes the crazy people who have Trump derangement syndrome. And that's okay to define them as woke. So why do I think that Pam Bondi hasn't released the Epstein files? I'm not a fan of, by the way, I am not happy about how Trump has handled the Epstein files. I'm not. I really am not. Do I think he's the best option for president, though? Unfortunately, yes. I would rather have him than Kamala Harris. I would rather have him than Joe Biden. I would rather have Trump than Gavin Newsom. Now, granted, when Vance runs in 2028, which I hope he does, I'm hoping it's J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio. I'm voting for those guys in 2028. That's all there is to it. Zizek is saying Kamala would have been better, in my opinion. Can you ask me why Kamala would have been better? Like, to people who tell me why would Kamala be better? She would leave the border open. She would be soft on crime. There would be fraud run amok. And I feel like the deficit would just get worse. And I'm not, granted, I think that Trump has not done anything to really remove the deficit. However, I am happy about the tariffs. I don't think there's anything wrong with the tariffs. I think the tariffs in a lot of ways were absolutely necessary. I really do. I think tariffs, I think to anybody who thinks tariffs are a bad idea or increasing the tariffs, I think you're a moron. No, tariffs are not a bad way to do it. And you know what? With all the money that we have saved with the tariffs, we're all going to get like a $2,000 check, supposedly, allegedly. And yeah. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. Hey guys, don't forget to tap the like button though. The more likes we get, the better. We're trying to get to 100 likes at least by the end of the stream. And also, if we get to 100 likes very soon, once we get to 100 likes, I will sing a song at the park. You heard me right. I will sing a song at the park if we get 100 likes. I mean it. Yeah, I voted for, by the way, I voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. I'm serious. I voted for him all three times that Trump ran, and I'm proud of this. I'm proud that I voted for Trump. I voted with my conscience, man. I voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. Zizek says I voted for Trump in 2020. Why would you vote for Kamala? Dude, by the way, why would you vote for Kamala in 2024? By the way, if you guys tap the like button right now, if you tap the like button and we get to 100 likes before the stream ends, I will sing a song here at the park. I will sing a song. I will sing it loudly and I will sing it proudly. So all it takes is that all you guys have to do for me to sing a song is very simple. Tap the like button. That's all you got to do. Tap the like button, man. And I'll sing you a song while I'm wearing a juicy man thong. No, Trump's performance, and by the way, Trump was one of the best presidents we've ever had. Trump is a top 3 president. Trump is one of the best presidents we've ever had. He's in the top 3. So I think George Washington's number 1. I think Abe Lincoln's number 2. And then I think Donald Trump is the 3rd best president of all time. So my ranking for presidents goes George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Donald Trump as the 3 best presidents we've ever had. And by the way, if you guys tap the like button, that'll get me one step closer to singing a song in the park. And if you guys want me to embarrass myself, I'll sing a song. All it takes is tapping the like button, helping us get to 100 likes. And then once we get to 100 likes, I'll sing the song. And when I sing a song, it'll be embarrassing, and then people will probably come up and punch me. All that's required is tapping the like button. That's all I want, man. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Zazik is asking, Garza, what are the 3 issues you want to be taken care of? So the issues that I want taken care of is I want there to be less federal. I want there to be less federal agencies. So I think what needs to happen is so in order to have less federal agencies, the best policy in my mind, the best idea in my mind is to basically eliminate the unnecessary federal agencies that exist as a money laundering schemes or money laundering, basically. And then the next thing I think would be a good idea would be to not only get rid of a lot of the federal agencies, but that's one problem I think can be solved. Trump has been solving that problem pretty well. I'd like to see him get rid of more unnecessary federal agencies. I want there to be a more secure border. I think we should stop letting so many people into America. I think we've let more than enough people into America for the time being, and I think it's just ruining everything. And then the number one issue that I think needs to be taken care of is less regulation. Look, Trump has actually done a pretty good job of being the deregulation president. And he's trying to get rid of unnecessary laws, because there's a lot of laws out there that on the federal level that don't really need to exist. But yeah, Trump's been amazing. Trump's the GOAT, dude. Also, you guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. So just in the upper right-hand corner, just tap that subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So I greatly appreciate anything you guys could do to help out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, don't forget to tap the like button, because if we can get to 100 likes on this particular stream, I will sing a song in the park. If we can get to 100 likes, I will sing a song in the park. I mean it. All it takes is 100 likes. Christian Medwig just put up the comment of the year. Christian is saying Garza's top 3 issues: revenge on T-Tech, the dollar store accepting his expired coupons, and new pump for his blow-up doll. He's not wrong. Unfortunately, he's not wrong. $31 viewers and 30 likes, man. I love it. You guys, we're kicking ass on subscribers, though, man. We're kicking butt, but yeah, no. Overall, I think everything's looking pretty good. Oh no, you guys, we only got 29 viewers. Whatever am I going to do? Tell you what I will do, though. How about this? Give me 1 second here. Let's try. I'm going to try a little bit of an experiment. All right, there we go. If you guys can, though, definitely tap the like button, though. But no, I want to thank everybody who's taken the time to view the show. We're only at 31% on battery, so kind of once we get to around maybe 15% on battery, I think I'm going to call it a day. Odin is saying words are violent to the American people and stop the violence. Your feelings have absolutely destroyed humanity. Here's the thing, man, and that's the thing I don't understand is words at the end of the day are just words. And when people start equating words to violence, it really pisses me off, especially when the words are also non-violent. It's like, by the way, words are just words, man, at the end of the day. I think too many people, I think we're kind of living in a form of clown world in that sense. That when people start telling you that words are violence, I think that's when you gotta just kind of throw in the towel and just realize that we're living in an absolute insane clown show. And it's important to admit that truth. That if you're living in clown world, you just got to admit it, man. Yes. Well, I live in North Bend technically. So I live in North Bend by all technicality. But I actually like to hang out in Coos Bay quite a bit. But you guys, make sure you tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. Once we get to 100 likes, I will sing a song here in the park. That's all it takes. Is 100 likes, and we'll sing it. We'll sing you a song, a thong song for the world. Yep, that's in Oregon, man. No, I like Winchester Bay. Winchester Bay is pretty cool. I've been up to the sand dunes, yes. Yeah, Oregon Ducks, baby. You know, when I was at one of the concerts for Our Lady Peace in Bend, the lead singer of Our Lady Peace, Rain Medea, was talking about how his son is enrolled at the University of Oregon, which is kind of dope. So it's really cool. I guess my boy Rain likes to hang out in Eugene, Oregon. So that's pretty dope, man. And Our Lady Peace is one of my favorite bands of all time, dude. Nah, I live in North Bend. Yeah, I live in North Bend, Oregon. So, but I hang out a lot in Coos Bay. I like to hang out in Coos Bay quite a bit. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit on the tired side for sure. Um, well, but I will say this. You know, the question we're all wondering is Tim Walz a good fit? Is Timothy frickin' Walz a good fit for Minnesota? Is he actually poisoning the world in Minnesota? I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily good for Minnesota. I think he's probably the worst thing for Minnesota. I think what Nick Shirley did was actually brave in unveiling all the fraud happening in Minnesota. And also, I will say it was very brave for David to go with him and give him and supply him the data. You see, the thing is, David noticed a pattern. And when you notice a pattern, sometimes you just gotta bust the lid off of it, man. You gotta show who's behind, who is the root cause of the problem. Tim Walz is I can't agree with that, man. I don't want to think too ill of somebody, but honestly, Tim Walz is a gaslighter. I really do think Tim Walz gaslights. The way he talks about things, the way he deflects. I think what pisses me off is that Tim Walz cannot accept responsibility for what he did. He cannot accept responsibility for the fact that he turned a blind eye, allegedly, to fraud. And that's a problem. And you know what? Minnesota is a failed state. And to hell with Minnesota. Minnesota sucks. What's up with the birds? Adam is saying he has openly accepted responsibility. No, he hasn't. All he said is the buck stops with me, and that a mega influencer was the problem. Basically, he essentially blamed Nick Shirley and Republicans. I did not hear him once. I did not hear Tim Walz in any way, shape, or form even really take any form of responsibility. So don't tell me Tim Walz took responsibility when you know he didn't. Yeah, we all know. I think deep in our heart of hearts, if we're really honest with ourselves, I think it's pretty damn evident that Jacob Frey and Tim Walz allegedly turned a blind eye to the fraud. I think it's pretty damn obvious. So. But I will say that I'm probably going to end the live stream here in just a second. Hold on. I'm probably going to end the stream in just a few moments, but make sure you guys tap the like button. It does help the channel grow. It helps us push out to the algorithm quite a bit. So I was wanting to get to 100 likes and so I could sing a song in the park. But if we can't get to 100 likes, then I won't be able to sing a song in the park. Yep. Yeah, here's the thing though. Down in Minnesota, one single YouTuber, a Virgin Mormon YouTuber, was able to call out garbage, was able to discover the fraud in Minnesota. And Nick Shirley's the man, by the way, for what he did. I love what Nick did. He called out the rife fraud that's happening in Minnesota. I need to start rap music? Okay. Thank you, Zara. I appreciate you. Odin, I appreciate you. Christian Midwig. But let's keep rocking. I don't think I'm going to stream for too much longer at the moment. I am going to kind of sit back and relax for a bit. I'm going to stream a little bit later tonight, though, when I get back home. That is the plan. And but yeah, I'll be able to see you guys tonight. And we'll do what we can to have a juicy good time with all you guys. I really always appreciate everybody on stream. Everybody's incredible. And what cognitive dissonance are you talking about, dude? I think it's pretty impressive, the cognitive dissonance that liberals have, to be honest, that woke liberals seem to have, because woke liberals are more interested in agreeing with the party than actually having any form of independent thought. So, screw that. But anyway, if you guys can, make sure you guys give a super chat, give a gift, whatever you guys want to give, any sort of gifts, any sort of super chats. It definitely helps the channel grow. But I'm going to end the stream right now so I can get back home and probably drink some water. My lips feel a little bit chapped. Adam is saying he's very woke. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, thank you, Zizek. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. Don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe because we don't want you to miss any. We don't want you to miss any more of the show. We want you to keep watching. You got to feel the wokeness in your veins. Catch you guys later. Have fun.